Right guys, here's where I'm up to. I've got the female thread machined into the end of this side, and I've just started reducing this down. This is going to be this section is going to be the new thread that will fit my chucks. This piece that I've got on, I'm going to reduce this section down. The intention is I'm going to put two gub screws through this, and then that will anchor that onto the spindle. The reason for this piece is once this is fastened onto the spindle, it'll give me a perpendicular shoulder then for the spindle adapter to register on once it's screwed onto the thread. These two surfaces will mate up then. I can mount it between centres, turn this section down for the new thread, and then hopefully that will run through then with the rest of the spindle. So I think next piece I need to do, reduce this section down maybe another 10mm, get 2 holes drilled through and top with the grub screws, and then once that's secured onto the spindle, mount it between centres, and then put this piece on, and then I think we're ready for machining the new thread onto this section. Right guys, I've got the new spindle adapter on, and it mates up nicely with the spindle that is going to go into the new lathe, the new spindle in the old lathe I should say. But I may have hit a problem. I'm at the limit now of the capacity of this lathe. I've got it between centres. The only problem I've got is the tailstock is only halfway on the lathe bed. It's secured and it feels solid enough, but as I say, it's only halfway on the bed. I should say more than halfway, it's hanging off. Now whether I'll get away with that or not, I don't know. I'm just going to look at some alternatives that I could use. The spindle off the pedestal grinder is too great a diameter to go into the spindle on the lathe. So I can't reduce it any farther that way. I've got a couple of collet chucks. I'm not sure how far this will go into the spindle, so I'm going to take this off the lathe now and have a look at the collet chucks that I've got and see if I can come up with a better alternative. Failing that, the progress lathe that I got, the Belgian lathe, it's bigger machines than this. I know this will turn between centres, but I'm going to cut a metric thread on this, and I've not got a full set of change gears on the progress. I know I've got ones for imperial, but I think the last time I come to look to cut a metric thread, I was at least one change gear missing. So I don't know if I'll be able to cut, without cutting another gear for that, I don't know whether I'll be able to cut a metric thread on the larger lathe. And I'll take this out, have a look at the collet chucks that I've got, and then make a decision. Yeah, yeah, that's the main problem I've got, guys. This spindle's just too big to go into the spindle nose on the lathe. Even the threaded part went in, there's a wider section here, so that it wouldn't go in much more than 1.5 inches. Now, I've been looking at the collet chuck. I've got a Bernard collet chuck, and I love using this. It's a superb piece of kit, but it is rather on the large side. And what that would do, I've got a collet that will is big enough to accept that new spindle, but it's a D14 fitting on this lathe, and when this is installed, it does tend to extend out quite a way, so that would reduce the length, and I've got even more. The spindle, once the collet's been taken out, the diameter of the inside of it reduces even down even farther, so even with a larger collet, the new spindle wouldn't go in sufficient to be able to use the toe stock. Now, I have got a collet chuck for the Progress lathe. This is a L0 spindle nose. This is a Jacobs Rubberplex, and the collets on this are identical in size to the Bernard one, so I know there'll be a collet that will fit that new spindle. So I could mount the new spindle in this collet chuck on the larger lathe, but as I say, I'm not sure if I've got a change gear that'll cut the metric thread, so I'm going to have a think about it, guys. Bear with me. I'm going to wind this one up now while I come up with a solution. Once I've got that solution, we'll cut the thread. I've still got to decide on what size thread I'm going to put on the new adapter, because I've got different sizes for the different chucks. So I'm going to have a look at that as well, see which is the best option. So bear with me, guys. I'll have a think about it and I'll be back. Thanks for watching. See you next time.